And like I said, there are people who are very successful with real estate.
Totally.
In my experience, I'm buying another business.
Yeah. That's great. I mean, and that's kind of what goes back to like what we were talking about earlier, right? You like got to do some stuff to find your path,
Yep.
right? And you don't find your path by sitting here and thinking about your path for too long. You got to do that. You got to think about it and make good decisions, but you really only find your path after you start walking down it. And
The plan is to hold it, right? It was a buy and hold. So I don't regret it, but I'm just using the information I've learned from the experience to guide me in my next step.
yeah, that's great. I mean, that's a great mindset to have too. And it's hard. It's hard to have when you're coming fresh off of a messy eviction and you're looking at Zillow and you're like, oh, dude, this is not what I was expecting. But
Right.
kudos to you for having that.
And I think the question really is, what are the problems of this specific business and how will I address them, if and really how am I going to operate it day to day? A lot of people ask me questions about my machines. They ask me questions about my utility bills. And again, I'm not saying don't ask those questions, but a much better question to ask would be like, how much capacity do you think your machines have? If you wanted to grow your wash and fold service, is there the space to do that, right? Is there enough downtime in your machines that you could grow it? Another great question to ask: tell me 3 problems you've dealt with in the last month as an owner. If someone can't tell you 3 problems they've dealt with in their business, they're lying to you. Every business has problems. I can think of 5 that I've dealt with in the last month. And not that they're anything like terrible or significant, but it's like little things come up. And I think people really overlook that. And when I talk to people who want to buy laundromats, I'll be like, okay, you have a full-time job. What's your plan for if a problem comes up on a Tuesday? And they'll be like, oh, I'm going to have the employee deal with that. Like, okay, what if your employee can't fix it? I'm going to have a manager deal with it. And I'm not saying don't delegate. You have to delegate. As a business owner, you can't be doing everything all the time, right? But I think if you are going into it with this mindset of, I'm going to have other people fix my problems, I don't think that's the best mindset to have. If you're buying one laundromat, first off, I think it's less likely that you're going to be able to afford a manager. If you have a portfolio, that changes it, right? But basically having someone like on call for all hours that your laundromat is open to deal with problems, if you want to be a responsive owner, it's tough to find the cash flow for a high quality manager.